The Motorola One Fusion Plus has proven to be a good smartphone. However, another budget offering from the company has flown under the radar a bit. I am talking about the Moto G8 Power Lite, which at 9,000 rupees promises good battery life and a clean Android experience. Now stay with me till the end of the review to find out if the Moto G8 Power Lite is a better buy than say the Redmi 8 or even the Realme Narzo 10A. Now before we go ahead, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon so you're the first to know whenever we have a new video. The Moto G8 Power Lite is quite chunky with a thickness of 9.2mm and it's also a bit heavy at nearly 200 grams. The entire body is built from plastic, but thanks to the matte finish, it looks good and doesn't attract fingerprints too easily. Overall, I quite like the clean and simple design. Motorola claims that the Moto G8 Power Lite has a water-repellent coating which lets it survive light splashes of water and even exposure to light rain. I did put this to a quick test and the phone seemed fine after a few attempts, so that's good to know. The display is a big 6.5-inch IPS LCD panel with an HD+ resolution. The corners of the display are prominently rounded and the bezels are quite thick. Now typically I wouldn't be too happy with this, but given the phone's price, I'll let it slide. This low resolution is not ideal for such a large panel, due to which text and icons don't look very sharp. I found the brightness to be on the lower side too, and I typically had to set it to about 70 to 80% level even indoors. Under bright light, the reflective glass and smudges can make this phone tricky to use. The fingerprint sensor worked well and it's quick to unlock the phone when needed. In the time I've been using the phone, I found the general performance to be decent. The phone is still on Android 9 Pie, but Motorola says that an Android 10 update is on its way. The clean layout of stock Android is always refreshing to use, but it can feel a little too bare bones at times. Motorola includes its trademark gesture like the double twist action to open the camera app or shake it twice to turn on the flashlight. The Moto G8 Power Lite uses the Mediatek Helio P35 SoC and is available in only one configuration, which comes with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. It's not the most powerful processor, but at this price it'll have to do. Most social apps and simple games run fine. Titles like Skyforce Reloaded look good and run well, but if you're going to be playing more taxing games like PUBG Mobile, then it's not the best experience. The single speaker gets loud and there's even software enhancement to boost the volume. However, clarity is not great and distortion is audible at higher volume levels, whether it was playing a game or even listening to music. In a world of disappearing headphone jacks, it's nice to see that the Moto G8 Power Lite still has one. I was even surprised to see Google's Widevine L1 certification on the phone. This ensures that streaming apps can play video at the phone's native resolution. Motorola has ensured good battery life by fitting the Moto G8 Power Lite with a 5000 mAh battery. In our HD video loop test, it ran for a little more than 15 hours, which is good. Charging is a bit slow though, as it takes well over 2 hours to go from 0 to 100%. Like most recent budget phones, the Moto G8 Power Lite also features 3 rear cameras. Now during the day, the phone managed some well-exposed shots with a primary 16MP camera. Colors and details were good for a phone at this price. Close-ups also turned out to be more than satisfactory with good colors, detail and nice natural depth. However, the camera was simply unable to keep up in low light. Indoor shots were good enough provided there was good lighting, but shooting anything outdoors under fading light resulted in very poor-looking photos. Edge detection for objects in portrait mode is fairly accurate thanks to the 2MP depth camera, and photos look good. The 2MP macro camera has limited use cases, and that too provided there's good enough light around. Selfies taken with the 8MP camera look alright during the day, but the beauty mode mess up skin textures pretty badly, so it's best to disable this. In low light, selfies look quite grainy with poor details. The Moto G8 Power Lite can record video at up to 1080p, which is fine. However, there's no stabilization and image quality is just about average overall. Dynamic range is pretty weak too, and highlights were often left overexposed. Footage in low light looked dark and grainy and was not very usable. I really like the simple design of the Moto G8 Power Lite along with its large display, good battery life and no-nonsense take on Android, even though it's still on a slightly older version. The main camera is functional if you give it good light, but otherwise it's not that great. The processor is a bit better than the one in the Redmi 8, but it's still not strong enough for any serious gaming. The Redmi 8 is a decent pick as it's still one of the few phones under 10,000 rupees to feature fast charging and a USB Type-C port. Now while the Moto G8 Power Lite is a decent option at this price, I can't help but feel that the Realme Narzo 10A offers a lot more value.
Priced at just 1,000 rupees more for the same amounts of RAM and storage, the Narzo 10A offers much better performance, slightly better cameras, a similar battery size, and of course Android 10 out of the box. So thanks for watching our review of the Moto G8 Power Lite. Let us know what you think about this phone in the comments below. And as always, for all things tech, log on to gadgets360.com.